Hello, welcome to my podcast. This is my first podcast, and let me introduce myself. My name is Tim, and this is the Timmy Fife Show. Um, I would just want to pretty much jump right into it because it's taken me a long time to be able to record this, just getting everything ready and making sure it's perfect. But sometimes I think I overthink it too much, and I've had a rough time getting everything going, so I'm just gonna kind of just go with it. Um, So today I'm going to talk about something that does mean a lot to me. It's an interracial marriage. I was trying to find the article that I had read um, that has to do with interracial marriages, but I can't find it. I tried looking. I don't know. I just seen something on Facebook to where it said that um, a lot of white men marry interracial just to be able to like almost like traffic them. There's a lot of trafficking stuff going on right now that's on social media that you hear about. And so I just wanted to put my 2 cents in and what pretty much what it means to me in a racial marriage because it is something that means a lot to me. And first off, my wife is from Mexico, so I'm in an interracial marriage. And for me, it's been nothing but beautiful. And for us, we met here in Las Vegas, and it's been great. I know that when we first got together, she was not. She never thought she would marry an American white male, and so it took some time for me to be able to get her to trust me for us to go out on a date. And so that's one thing that we both worked hard at, and I know she has worked very hard at it just from the beginning, just to be able to trust me enough to go out with me and give me a chance to show her who I really am. And and it's been great. And we have 4 children together. And I think interracial children or interracial marriages is beautiful because you also have your children and who are also mixed race as well. And I don't know, I just think that in every aspect it's beautiful. Just to learn the culture of my wife has been great. I've always loved Mexican culture, and my wife has definitely shown me a lot. And going back to her town, to where she is from, has been great. So I mean, just pretty much everything about it, I really really love. The food is fantastic. Learn the type of lady she was raised by her parents, and uh, the stories from her and her childhood have been great. And just pretty much learning from each other, learning our cultures has been great too. Because I know when we first met, she did not care for a lot of American food uh, until she tried it a few times, and then after that, she really really started to enjoy it. A lot of food that my mother makes, that I make, that we've been able to share at restaurants and stuff. Because before that, I believe she was primarily just strictly Mexican food and what she was used to. She really didn't try anything um, other than that. Another thing that is really is again like the culture and learning. Me trying to learn Spanish and then her trying to teach me Spanish and then her with her English. For me, I love Spanish, but Spanish is very hard for me to learn. I've had a hard time. Even with her working with me and taking a class, I've struggled with it. We have been married for going on 11 years. August 15th will be our 11th year of marriage. We've been together for 12 years, and it's kind of funny because when going going back to when we first met, we actually met at my grandmother's house where I was living at the time, and she had came to knock on the door, and my grandpa was in to recycling cans, and she was going around buying cans at that time. So when she knocked at the door, I answered the door, and she goes, hey, I was wondering about your cans. It's either my grandfather's, so I went to go get him. So I came back. So I got my grandfather. He went out there with her, and I went back to playing. I was playing a video game with my buddy, and I just told him, I said, I feel like I should go out there and talk to her. And he goes, well, if you feel that way, then go do it. You never know. So I went out there and I talked to her, and I think she was a little weirded out because I was out there helping her out, I was moving the bags for her and loading them up for her, and she wasn't used to it. And so I didn't get her number, but I asked my grandfather if he had her phone number, and he did. So I got it from him, and I texted her, and I actually, we had finally went to bed because we were up all night playing it, and then she called me back, and I missed her call because I was sleeping. So I text, she goes, and on her voicemail, she goes, "What do you want?" So when I woke up, I texted her back, asked her if she was free to talk, and so she ended up calling me back. And again, she asked me, "Well, what do you want? What?" And I just want to know if you want to talk and be friends, and she was like, "Okay," and that was pretty much it. So that's how it started, and after that, it took me about a month before we went on our first date. And our very first date, we went to Beverly Hills, Chihuahua. So I went and picked her and Marvin up, my oldest son up from to go to the movies. I asked her if she was hungry, and she says no, we already ate. And I was planning on taking them out to dinner and then go to a movie. So they ate. So I was like, well, I'm hungry. Do you mind if we stop? She goes, no, that's fine. So so I went to Roberto's and had a couple tacos. So when I ordered my tacos, I sat down to eat, and my tacos just fell apart. And it was just a mess. I had carne asada tacos, and I had carne asada everywhere, and it was just a big mess. I didn't even eat one taco. I don't even think I took one bite, just because of how big of a mess it was. I was just kind of embarrassed because they were both just sitting there staring at me. So I was like, forget it. So I threw the tacos away. We went on to the movie, and that first was a little awkward, but after that, the rest of the date was fun. The whole time, my oldest son just sitting there staring at me the whole time, pretty much, and it took him a little while to get used to me, but it was great. And then after that, it took us. We moved pretty slow at first, which ended up being beautiful just because I got to know her more. She got to know me more before we even were considered, I guess, boyfriend and girlfriend. So I would say it took about 2 to 3 months for us to even really, really start dating. Most of the time, it was just here and there. And our second date, I believe, we went to the Fright Dome at Circus during Halloween, because we met at the beginning of September, I believe, somewhere around there. But just learning each other's cultures, learning the ways that we like to do things, and implementing our both of our cultures as one, and feeding off of each other and doing stuff that we both enjoy, and her picking up stuff that I like, and then me the same as what she likes, and sharing her religion with me has definitely helped me out. Um, I was baptized Catholic last month, and just growing together in our faith and spiritually has also been really, really great. I am very blessed to have her in my life to help me, show me these things, and also the family that I have grown from her is has been a blessing. I truly love Mexico and Mexico's culture and my Mexican family. Not saying I don't my own family, but just speaking from again, interracial marriage point of view. and I really, really enjoy everything about them. They have pretty much accepted me fully, and it's been a blessing to me, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Excuse me. Let's see. One of the things about going back to Mexico and being able to see where she's from. She's from Puebla, and seeing the small town that she's from. Um, I think as an American, we take things for granted. I mean, there's no fast food places. I mean, there's pretty much nothing there. I believe she was born in one of the houses there, and then they later took her to the hospital like 3 days later. So I mean, just little things that we take for granted. We don't even think about here in the United States. Over there, it's a luxury to be able to have it, and things like that. So I mean, it's like they say, it's a culture shock. Excuse me, when you go over this. I want our kids to experience that, and just to understand from where their mother comes from. And I mean, they pretty much know where I come from because we live here. They've been in the house that I grew up, one of the houses that I did. My grandma's owned that house, I believe, since my mom was born. So they got to see a lot of stuff from my side, but I also wanted to show them their mother's side, and it's definitely a big difference, you know. Um, their mother, like I said, came from a small town. Everybody knows everybody there, everybody, and they know, and you learn everything about everybody there. And I met so many great people there, and everybody in the town has been very acceptive of me, and it's been a blessing. It really has. Uh, every time I go back there, everybody wants me to come eat with them, or have a beer with them, and it's great. I love to experience that side of Mexico. Um, but in general, I just love going to Mexico. I've gone to Mexico since my uncle took me back. It was Memorial Day 2003. I've been back, a ton of times, and I've traveled all over Mexico. Not just I've been to Puerto Penasco with my uncle. I've been to Tijuana. I've been to Rosarita. I've been to Ensenada. I've been to Guadalajara. I've been to Monterrey. I've been to Veracruz. I've been to Tuxpan in Veracruz. I've been to Poza Rica in Veracruz. And then I've been to Cancun and Puebla. I've been to different cities in Puebla. And it's I just love going to Mexico and spending time in Mexico. And hopefully one day, if everything works out, I would like to go down there and live and retire down there. Um, I think that would be fantastic. But I just want to say that as far as interracial marriages, I believe be with who you want to, be with who makes you happy. They treat you good, you both are happy. That's what it truly is about. Love who you love, and it doesn't matter what people say. It really doesn't, because there's always going to be people that are going to be negative about anything. People find anything to be negative about, anyways. As long as you're happy and your spouse, your significant other is happy, that's all that matters in life. Just focus on you. I know a lot of people get hounded over being in an interracial marriage. How you should only marry your own race. I've heard a story from my wife that a lady at a grocery store, one of the clerks, she told my wife, "How can you marry a white man?" She goes, "You should stay to your race, your Mexican race." And so I know that bugged my wife for a little while, but I told her, I said, who cares? She doesn't live with us. She doesn't do anything for us. Just because she is unhappy doesn't mean you need to be unhappy. You need to be just worry about us. And I think ever since then, she has definitely been better and just blew it off. Even after that, the same lady still would say something to her, and she would just blow it off. And But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, as long as you're happy, your significant other is happy, that is all that matters. So, not that what I have to say is, maybe you take it with a grain of salt or take it however you want, but just be happy. That's the most important part. So I hope you enjoyed it. That's all I have to share with you for now. I do have other topics I want to talk about and put on. But if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you next time.